Boo.
That's it? That's your fucking intro?
I don't know. God. I'm more interested, because you've never seen this.
Yeah.
So, what do you have to say about this?
Hi, guys. Welcome to the Charming Analysis Podcast, and welcome to our second episode of the 2022 Christmas Palooza.
Yes.
I'm Mari.
I'm Jay.
And tonight we are going to be talking about the movie Ghost of Girlfriend's Past.
Yeah.
So, honey, why don't you explain what it's about?
I think it's about a swinger man, I guess.
Yeah.
You classify him as a swinger man?
Yeah, let's say that.
I'd say a swinger man who is a asshole and doesn't want to feel the feelings of monogamy
Or love.
for anything.
Or anyone.
So it's a Christmas Carol story about this guy going through his past girlfriends and lovers and all of that to figure out what the fuck he's going on about while he's at his brother's wedding.
Yep.
That's the story.
So picture the Christmas Carol, but with girlfriends and basically semi-Christmassy.
I guess.
It's technically a Christmas movie.
No, it's actually not. I lied to you.
Whatever. We're counting it as one.
You.
We're counting it as one. At least I'm counting it.
Okay.
So yeah, what are your thoughts on a Ghost of Girlfriend's Past?
It was weird. It's very 2000s.
Yeah, because this came out 2009.
It's very rom-com
Comedy.
shit. It really makes me want to go back and rewatch those rom-coms, see if they hold up. Like when they used to be in theaters. Now, like, it's not even a genre anymore. No one goes to see rom-coms. Like, those aren't even, like, marketable anymore. It just...
Well, it could be.
I remember seeing, like, these, like, they would pump, like...
So many of them.
You would see advertisements for all of these, like, wacky comedies, wacky romantic, two people coming together, so much wackiness, and mostly in the workplace. But yeah, like, the days of crazy, stupid love are over. There's no more of them.
Well, you never know. They could do more of them. But anyway, what did you think of it? Of this? Because I personally thought it was interesting. It's an interesting take.
I want to hear your opinion first on it.
Fine. To me, I thought it was interesting. Like, I didn't mind it. It was a lot more, like, in depth than I thought it was going to be. And also, like,
Why? Because I was pressuring you so much to see. Oh, you have never seen Ghost of Girlfriend's Past.
Not gonna lie, guys. He was trying to get me to watch this since we started the Christmas Palooza. He's been trying to get me to watch this. And it's like, now it's finally happening. But, I like the concept of it.
Uh-huh.
I think it's an interesting take on the Christmas Carol genre. Or trope or whatever. That's why I consider it Christmassy, because it kind of follows that format, even though it's not really... It's kind of Christmassy, but kind of not. It's one of those, like, rom-com things where, like, you can kind of classify it as either or. What else? The main character is a fucking douche. I did not like him very much.
Even after he changed?
When he changed, he got a bit better. I like him when he finally changed.
I didn't like him ever. Not one thing.
I like that we got to go through his life and figure out how he got to the way he was and how he decided to change himself.
A very sadistic womanizer, I would say.
Yeah. And it's interesting. And you get to find out, like, there was some stuff that I wasn't expecting going into this, like, example, the secretary basically comforting all the girls after his, like, video conference with them, like, at the beginning of the movie. I thought that was interesting. Like, I did not know that was going to be a thing. But I like that she, was doing that. That's really all I gotta say about it, like, main thoughts-wise.
Damn, then we have nothing to say about it.
No.
Because I watched it,
No. I have more to say, but
okay,
not about the plot.
Fine, you continue.
But you go next. But you say your stuff.
I mean, I watched it when I was a little kid. Like, what was I supposed to get out of it? Like, I watched it and I, like, for some reason it stuck with me. And now I watch it again and I'm like, what stuck with me? I don't know what stuck with me. Maybe, I don't know, it was just like, maybe I was a kid and I was just dumb and like, now that I'm 23, these scenes like...
They're kind of cringe.
They're kind of cringe, I will admit that. It's like, so cringy. It was like the most awkward shit. And I don't know if it's because it was a 2000s movie, which I tend to feel a lot of cringe for those, but like...
That's because it's in our time and stuff like
maybe
that.
Maybe because it's a rom-com and I'm not really into rom-coms.
I don't know, personally.
I'm not sure.
But, what did you think of the uncle being, like, the guy that's telling, like, the main focus of, like, the ghosts, and then each of the girlfriends and stuff? What did you think of them?
It's great. I like that. Like, I liked it. It's just everything else that was focused. I'm like, this is not... Like, those are great. The ghosts, per se, those are really, like...
You like who they picked?
One represented which part of his life. That's fine, but I think that's just how. That's just how it is told. Like, just necessarily, it's just told like that. That's just the story doing what the story
does.
Like,
I thought it was
other than
interesting.
that, I don't think that the present people really were all that. Like,
yeah, like, it wasn't much with the whole present thing. Like, legit. It's basically just stuff that was being said in the other room. I feel like they could have done something a little bit more creative with that. Like, they should have done something taking place after the wedding. Or something like that. That's just personally me. I find it interesting we met this one girl that she did, like, the one for the past. I know she's supposed to have more significance. But you only get to really find out who she is like, once, and it wasn't even that significant. Like, that's kind of the only downside about what, like, some of the people they picked. Like, the secretary made sense. The uncle made sense. The one girl from, like, middle school to high school, I don't understand why they picked her. They literally could have picked someone else. Like, they could have picked,
they picked her because she was quirky.
Yeah. But, like, I feel like they could have done something a little different. Okay. But that's just me. And the ghost of girlfriend future or whatever, like, we don't even get to, like, know who she is.
Non-entity.
But it makes me wonder, like, because a lot of, like, the ghost of Christmas future characters, they don't really talk.
Yeah.
Which I've seemed to notice.
Just fine. I don't care.
I don't care either, but, like, we don't really get to know, like, what her part was. Like, was she just, like, just random girl that he met, like, in the future or something? Or is it just, like, they had to make an entity somehow, so they just decided, let's make this blonde chick.
Maybe the last leg he ever got. I don't know.
I don't know, but, like, we don't really get to know what her significance is. And I wish they could have, like, I guess went into a little bit of detail, like, who she was. Or something like that, which would have been interesting.
You know what we should have probably watched?
What?
Spirited. Like, I don't know if you ever seen that movie.
We can watch it eventually if you want. I don't mind. Is it like a Christmas movie or no?
It's like a Christmas movie, but it's like what if we followed the three ghosts and it was like their day job or something?
Interesting. I wouldn't mind watching something like that, but I did enjoy this though. I thought it was interesting. Is it the best movie I've seen? No, but I do think it's interesting though. So I guess another thing I do want to ask about it would be, what did you think of how the uncle was? Like, do you think it was a good representation for, like, motivation for him to change? Like, do you think it was a good idea for him to do it? Because I thought it was a good idea. And stuff like that.
I think it just should have been, like, if you were gonna get a Bob Marley in your life, I guess, but he wasn't really suffering because of it. Like, what's the suffering? They're supposed to be like,
the one.
Well, I guess you're gonna die alone and nobody will be there, but like,
what does the uncle represent
death
from that?
was insignificant at the end of it. You just said death, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because the story said so. Like, what was the whole point? I don't know. I wouldn't teach you to love again. Like, you're gonna die alone. Well, yeah, but I was expecting that anyway. Like,
yeah.
What? I don't get it.
I feel like they could have done more with that, but they just didn't. And it's kind of like, why would you do it and not really, like, make it, like, it doesn't have to be, like, a happy ending, but, like, at least, like, you know, execute it well enough to where you're gonna feel something for it. Because I feel like that's one of those movies, like, you don't really feel anything afterwards. You're like, oh, this happened, kind of thing. And that's not a bad thing, but I feel like you need more substance to it, I guess is the best way to put it. So yeah, is there any other movies for this, or is it just like a spin-off movie or like a single movie?
It's just the movie.
Okay, so there wasn't any sequels or anything?
No.
Well, I wanted to ask.
Every other retelling of this story, that's your whole thing. Which I will not have the energy to, like, every single Christmas Carol ever made. No.
Which would be fun to, like...
I would not do that.
That'd be funny, though.
That would not.
You're just saying that because you don't want to, like...
I don't want to! I legit don't want to.
I get it. Okay, so I guess one more question and then, like, we'll give our rating for it, because it's just a singular movie, so there's not really much other than that. Last thing. Do you feel like do you feel like this is a good retelling of the Christmas Carol trope? Or do you feel like they could have done a lot better?
Could have been funnier.
Yeah.
Like, that,
honestly,
I don't know,
yeah.
That's just grim with funny comedy shit.
Yeah, like, I feel like they could have done, make it a little bit funnier, but...
It's just kind of mellow-toned and awkward.
Yeah, really,
Maybe because
really.
it's Matthew McConaughey and everything that comes out of his mouth is not...
Was that who the main guy was?
Yes.
It was just really, 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 really awkward. Like,
he's not that funny. Matthew
Yeah.
McConaughey's not a comedian.
Yeah, so that makes me wonder why they picked him, but whatever. Okay, so we're not dragging this on. I'm going to give my rating first.
Okay.
I would give this movie probably like a 6.5 to 7 out of 10. Like, probably 6.5 more likely.
Okay.
It's basic. It's not like a bad movie. There's just not a whole lot to talk about with it. Like, it's interesting. And I like the way that they decided to do this trope. I think it's different, but not different enough to where you're probably going to remember it. So, I give it a 6.5. It's decent. It's not the worst movie ever, but I feel like they could have done a whole lot better with it. What about you? What do you give it out of 10? Well, you're going to have to tell me. You give it a 10 out of 10?
No. I give it a... Rewatching it again.
Well?
A 5.
You give it a 5?
I give it a meh.
You give it a meh?
Yes.
Is there a reason why?
Because it's meh. Also, because I had a headache, and I think this movie caused it.
Oh, Lord. So, yeah, if you're going to try and watch this movie, I do recommend, like, maybe trying watching something else. Like, if you really want to watch it, go for it, but I don't know what you're going to get out of it.
You know what we're going to do after we end this podcast?
You're probably going to go to sleep.
No, I'm going to put on something funny.
Oh, Lord. Are we doing another podcast recording tonight?
Tune in next podcast where we talk about a certain...
A certain what?
Woman.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway,
a certain black woman.
Are you fucking serious?
I need a laugh, please.
Okay, but you're making me chicken noodle soup first.
Okay, fine. I love it.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and tune into our next podcast where we're going to be talking about some of the Medea Christmas movie. This is going to be interesting.
I'm Jay.
I'm Mari.
We're out.